Does the HDFC Life Sanchay per Advantage plan truly offer a winning combination of savings and protection, or does it leave much to be desired? Let us find out through an in-depth analysis in this video. Hi, welcome to holisticinvestment.in. We help individual investors like you to make the right financial and investment decision to reach your financial goals in a more faster and smarter way. So now HDFC Life Sanchay per Advantage plan is an individual non-linked participating savings life insurance plan, and some of the key features of the policy are: you get life coverage with protection extending up to 100 years of age. You have the option to choose between immediate income or deferred income based on your financial needs. You have the flexibility to accumulate survival benefit payouts, and you have multiple premium payment modes available like annually, half yearly, quarterly or monthly. So there are three benefits available under this policy. So first is the survival benefit, which will depend on the option you have chosen. Like if you have opted for immediate income option, then your discretionary cash bonus, if declared, will be payable every year from first policy year till the end of the policy term, or death or surrender, whichever occurs earlier. But if you have opted for the deferred income option, then your guaranteed income will be payable every year after the end of the premium paying term, plus 1 year for the guaranteed period, and a discretionary cash bonus, if declared, will be paid every year from 1 year after the end of the premium payment term till the end of the policy term, or death or surrender, whichever occurs earlier. So cash bonus payable here refers to your cash bonus rate into annualized premium. So it also has maturity benefits for both options. Once your policy matures, as the policy holder, you will get a maturity benefit as sum assured on maturity plus accrued cash bonuses if not paid earlier, plus interim survival benefit if any, plus terminal bonus if it was declared. So the sum assured on maturity is your total annualized premium payable under the policy during the premium payment term. And the death benefit for both options is: suppose the policyholder unfortunately passes away during the policy term, then your nominee or legal heir will be paid a lump sum death benefit, which will be your sum assured on death plus accrued cash bonus if not paid earlier, plus interim survival benefit if any, plus terminal bonus if declared. Here the sum assured on death refers to any of the three options highest, like 10 times your annualized premium, or sum assured on maturity, or death multiple into annualized premium. So out of these options, whichever is highest in value at the date of death of the policyholder, that will be given as sum assured on death to the policyholder's nominee or legal heir. So these are all the benefits available under this policy. Now let us take a look at the advantages and disadvantages of investing in this policy. So the advantages are: as a policy holder, you have the option to defer survival benefits at any time during the policy term, and your survival benefits can be received on a preferred date chosen by the policy holder. And once the policy acquires a surrender value, a loan of up to 80% of the surrender value can be availed, and riders can be added to enhance the base policy coverage. So the disadvantages are: your sum assured may not be adequate to meet the family's essential financial needs. The returns are relatively lower compared to other investment alternatives. The regular income is not inflation adjusted, which may erode your purchasing power over time. Under the deferred income option, the guaranteed regular income is available only for a limited period, and life coverage up to 100 years may be unnecessary, leading to higher premium costs. So these are all some of the disadvantages of this policy which you need to consider before deciding to invest in it. Now, as we have a basic understanding of this policy, let us now try to analyze this policy by choosing to analyze the IRR, which is the internal rate of return of this policy, to help us make a more informed decision. So let us take a look at the example based on the policy brochure's figures given in there to analyze the IRR. So here let us assume that the 30-year-old male opts for this policy with a sum assured of 12.5 lakhs. The policy term is 70 years with a premium payment term of 8 years and an annual premium of 1 lakh. Regular income begins in the 11th year, consisting of a guaranteed income along with a cash bonus for a limited period like 25 years in this case. After this period, only the cash bonus continues, which is non-guaranteed. The example here considers two investment return scenario like 4% and 8% per annum. So these returns are purely for example purpose and are not guaranteed, but the maturity benefit here is payable only at age 100, which is not not a practical scenario. Therefore, for this analysis, a life expectancy of 85 years is assumed. The IRR for the plan is 2.66% as per the policy's maturity calculator under the 4% return scenario, which you can consider as even the worst case scenario, and it is 6.3% as an IRR for under the 8% return scenario, which is kind of like the best case scenario. So in both scenarios, what you can see is this plan offers low returns, making it less appealing as an investment option. So your guaranteed income is provided only for a limited period, with future income relying on non-guaranteed bonuses, and the income here is not inflation adjusted, leading to a decline in purchasing power over time. The life cover until age 99 here is unnecessary for most individuals, and the sum assured may be insufficient to meet major financial needs. So both the investment and insurance aspect of this policy fall short of providing meaningful financial benefits, making it a less effective choice for investors. So here what we are going to do is, as the regular income from the HDFC plan does not account for inflation, leading to reduced purchasing power over time, we are going to take a look at more effective approach, which is to separate insurance and investment component from this policy, like ensuring both adequate life cover and a better income stream. So let us take a look at an example to highlight the advantage of this kind of strategy. So just for life cover purpose, let us assume that we are opting for a pure term life insurance policy with a 12.5 lakh sum assured, which cost an annual premium of 27,700 rupees for a 40-year policy term. After paying this premium, 72,300 rupees per year remains for investment. Additionally, since the premium paying term in this case is 5 years compared to 8 years in the HDFC plan, you have the full 1 lakh available for investment in the last 3 years. In the initial years, investment can be directed into equity or debt instrument, but this example assumes ELSS. After the accumulation phase, the corpus is shifted to an instrument offering a 7% per annum return, so facilitating regular withdrawal similar to the 8% scenario in the HDFC policy. So the post-tax accumulated corpus in the ELSS fund is 13.06 lakhs. This corpus earning 7% per annum provides annual withdrawal comparable to the 8% return scenario in the HDFC plan. At age 85, the remaining corpus stands at 57.29 lakhs with an IRR of 7.16%. Unlike the fixed income from the HDFC plan, here withdrawals can be adjusted based on needs. Delaying withdrawals in the early years allows compounding to enhance corpus and returns. Flexibility to increase withdrawal over time helps counteract inflation. So by separating insurance and investment, you achieve superior returns, greater flexibility, and a more resilient financial strategy, making it a better alternative to the HDFC Life Sanchay per Advantage plan. So what is the final verdict on HDFC Life Sanchay per Advantage plan? Is it worth investing or not? This plan offers regular income starting either at the end of the first policy year or after premium paying term. While it may seem appealing to those seeking a steady cash flow, a deeper analysis reveals that the plan falls short of delivering competitive returns despite its name Sanchay, which means accumulation. This plan does not effectively help in building a substantial corpus. Additionally, although it provides whole life coverage, the sum assured is often inadequate to meet significant financial needs. In personal finance, it is essential to have sufficient life cover those accounts for future goals and liabilities, especially during your working years. Key drawbacks of this plan include low return, insufficient sum assured, and a lack of flexibility to adapt to inflation or changing financial needs, and this policy also has a high agent commission. So a more effective strategy is to separate insurance and investment, like we have seen in the previous example. For wealth accumulation and generating regular income, directing your savings into suitable investment options can help build the required corpus most efficiently. Opting for a pure term life insurance policy also ensures high coverage at an affordable cost, providing adequate financial protection for your family in the absence of you.
If you want to read more about this policy, then you can definitely check out the blog post we have posted on our website through the link in the description. And if you want to gain more professional guidance through a professional financial planner, you can choose to book a one-on-one complimentary consultation with one of our professional financial planner through the link in the description. Also, if you want to gain more investment and financial insights through the leading experts in the finance industry, We also conduct regularly free live webinars through which you can register and gain these insights. The link is in the description. Also, if you like this video, definitely hit like and subscribe to YouTube channel so we can come up with more such financially beneficial content for you. Thank you for watching.